So I'm driving down the road and I see a sign for Manzanar National Historical Site. Never heard of it, but I love this National Historical Site. So I pull over. Here's the fire department. Come to find out, we're going to do a little tour. I don't know how much you'll see of it. It's a internment camp from World War II where I don't know if it was everywhere, or just off the west coast rather, but they decided to put into these internment camps anyone of Japanese heritage. And so they just went into homes and took out the Japanese and made them sell their property at tremendous losses, and put populations of Japanese Americans into these camps. These would be the buildings they had to live in. I don't know how many families were jammed in there. It looks like you can go in. I'm not so sure I'm interested in that. A basketball court. This is block 14. This right here says block 14, building 8. Those buildings were rebuilt, by the way. Those weren't the original buildings. They were just for demonstration purposes. But there are signs along here that he just had blocks upon blocks of those buildings where they put all these Japanese Americans. Not really an inviting landscape, is it? Though the mountains in the back are nice, but imagine being ripped from your home. We don't talk about this too much. We should, but we don't. Not one of America's finer moments, I don't believe. Over here to my left, they had a fish pond somewhere and orchards where they grew fruits and some fresher foods for themselves. Block 33. And a block wasn't one building. A block was a bunch of buildings, and they just separated them out by however. So, still going. This is just very sobering to me. Here's a sign for Children's Village Historic Orchards. Must have had some irrigation because there's no way orchards grew in this stuff by themselves. Look at this. Scrub brush. Had their own cemetery here. Markings in Japanese, so I can't help you with that, but there's a cemetery. Here are some of the plots in the cemetery. Not very big, so I don't know if it's cremation or children or what. Evidently each block had its own mess hall. So this says this was where block 12 mess hall and Japanese garden was. I'm sure they took it all down after they were done with it. Here we have some bases of the blocks, and then there's a sign here talking about weaving for the war. where the people here considered themselves Americans and wanted to help, so they did what they could. So, hold on. Just some spots where they had their buildings. The blocks are left.